Choosing a niche for your business is a really funny thing. Either you love it and it's helping you, or it's a point of pain for you, feeling like you have to take the magnitude of your life experiences and who you are and your interests and your skills and pinpoint it to one thing, and that could potentially feel quite limiting and inauthentic to you. Wherever you're at with your niche in your business, I have some things I'd like to share that may help. So I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and I approach everything from the inside out. So when you have to do something in your business, as with anything in life, like you have to make some decisions, you have to choose some form of technology, how you want to communicate. There's these things you do in the outer world, in the physical world, that help you to grow your business. However, no matter how good your funnel is, no matter how good your social media strategy is, no matter how clear your niche is, if the things that are going on in the inside are out of alignment, you can have $1 million funnel and it's not going to do anything for you. So I'm approaching this conversation around how to choose your niche from a very different angle than what most business coaches will do. So I have some ideas and some thoughts that I want to share with you, and then I'll give you some practical tips at the end of the video that might help you to choose a niche or how to handle this in your business. And if you enjoy looking at alternative views and perspectives to everyday challenges, to open your mind and give you a new perspective that can take you out of feeling stuck and out of the rut in your life, then subscribe to this channel, because that's exactly what we do around here. The first thing that I want to share with you is to stop making the business about you. This will stress you the fuck out, okay? So I want you to approach this question in your business about what problem are you solving, what is your niche. I want you to approach this with a beginner's mindset. So what is it that you're drawn to and willing to be a complete beginner at, but you're very interested in continuing to learn about for a long time? In other words, instead of trying to figure out what you're an expert at, figure out what you would love to be a beginner at and learn, even if you were learning for the next 5 to 10 years, because you're so interested in it. This is the thing, is if you're not interested, well, you're not really going to be interesting. So it's not going to draw people towards you. Think about it. Would you rather work with somebody who is an expert but doesn't even really want to be doing what they're doing? They're not that engaged in it. They don't care. Or someone who is newer and does not have as much experience but absolutely loves what they're offering and is very interested and engaged with the topic or the solution. People who want to learn about a certain topic are going to get far better results and make such a bigger impact in the lives of the people that they're supporting. If you want to know the ins and outs of your industry, of the solution that you're offering in your business, and you want to master it because you love it, well, then it's worth being a beginner at. So this is a different way of approaching looking at the question of what is my niche, because if you're just scanning your past to see what can you pass as an expert as, that's not necessarily going to take you to the path that's really going to be fulfilling for you. And anyways, having a beginner's mindset, even if you have 2, 3, 5, 10 years experience, is something that's going to help you be an incredible listener and able to continue to learn and gain wisdom from things that you've already done before, rather than what happens for some people who immediately go, I'm an expert, I have nothing left to learn, and it closes them down from being present. So having a beginner's mindset and not needing to come across as an expert is far more powerful for your own personal development and for the impact and results you can get for your clients. That being said, the second thing that I want to share with you is about allowing your business to become boring. Are you stretching yourself in other ways in your life so that you don't constantly need this newness happening in your business. We need to grow and evolve as human beings. It is in our nature. That is what we thrive on. However, if you're not growing in other areas of your life, such as hobbies or relationships or your own, health or personal development, then you might be using your business and constantly pivoting with every time you get a new idea, which can be really destabilizing for business. So there's an element of allowing your business to kind of become boring that can help you to go deeper into what you're doing rather than needing the next new idea. So this is actually about stepping away from your business and what else can you focus on in your life so that you don't need to get everything from your business. You don't always need that fresh energy coming in that one place, which is causing stress, which is causing you to change your mind constantly. Allow your business to become boring. And it's through those boring parts that you actually will deepen your wisdom and gain more experience. It's just like meditation. It's boring, but if you just sit with the boringness, you have these breakthroughs. And it's when you're just doing the mundane things with full presence that you get really big breakthroughs in your life. And your business is the exact same. The next thing that is so important for you to consider is power versus force. So you can feel when someone's trying to keep up with the Joneses. The energy of shoulding on yourself and trying to keep up, it creates this effortfulness and it's palpable. People can feel when you're just trying to keep up, when you feel like you have to be posting every day or you have to be doing something because it's the latest trend. So if you think you should be doing something and so you have this pressure on yourself, it energetically screams, I don't trust myself. And the reason is because you're trying to jump on trends and stay ahead of the curve and know the latest algorithm hack and trying to manipulate and control the results from these actions that are all coming from an analytical perspective, rather than just tuning into what are you inspired by, what are you interested in, what do you feel like creating, where's the energy for you. This is a totally different approach than trying to manipulate an algorithm. Compare that to somebody who speaks from their heart and walks their talk and stays true to themselves. What feels more magnetic to you? What kind of person or business are you more likely to want to work with? Someone who posts every day at 11 a.m. jumping around like a monkey on video? Or somebody who you see maybe a few times a month, but they write things that resonates deeply and creates an emotional reaction and response in your body? Who do you think leaves a lasting and deeper impression on you? No shade on dancing on Reels, by the way. I actually almost all of my Reels are videos of me dancing. I only share this example because there's an energy behind when somebody thinks they should be doing something and they need to be doing it versus really wants to be there and is enjoying it. I literally am dancing all day long anyways, whether there's a camera on or not, and I actually really love it. It's one of my preferred ways of expressing myself. So it's very natural and authentic to me. And so the point I'm trying to make is that, are you doing it because you want to, because it inspires you, because it feels good? Or is there somewhere where you're pressuring yourself, thinking you should be doing this thing that you don't really want to be doing? So force is trying to manipulate the algorithm and force and control an outcome, whereas power is trusting in your unique expression and your magic. And this is so incredibly magnetic. The reason why I've started by sharing these things before talking about the details of how to niche and what to do with that is because those things are so much more important than following a specific formula or a specific system that a business coach or program has provided for you. one of the main reasons that most business coaching programs will tell you you have to do this, you have to do that step by step, is because they've created a formula based on their experience that will help the most amount of people that is their ideal client. Okay, so they're just trying to make the biggest impact they can while creating a formula that can hopefully catch the most amount of people. But that does not guarantee that it's going to work for you, especially if in the process you are denying what feels authentic for you and you are closing off to the energy that is actually right in front of you. The reason I'm sharing these things is to give you context before you go into answering the question, what is my niche? Because a lot of people are trying to answer that question because they think they have to do it in order to make more money, grow their business, get more clients. And this is just absolutely not true. Is it helpful to have a niche? In certain circumstances, absolutely. It can be helpful if you want to scale a business. There are so many contexts where it is useful to get laser clarity on a very specific niche. For example, if you're going to do Facebook ads, yes, absolutely you want to have a niche. However, is this the only way to grow a successful business? No. And I'm going to be totally real with you for a minute, okay? Because I've had a wait list to work with me for over 2 years now. And this is something that I used to be embarrassed about because my clients who would do my Big Magic program, be working with me for 4 or 6 months, they would tell me, I'm referring everyone to you. I tell my sister, I tell my neighbors, my coworkers, do you see children? Can I send my kids to you? Literally, they're like, I refer everyone to you. But when they ask me what you do, I don't know what to tell them. And this is after my clients have worked with me for several months. And I think it's so funny because I used to have no idea how to explain what I do for people. And this was like such a big deal. And even still to this day, I don't have a, black and white answer. I change it all the time depending on who I'm talking to. Generally, I tell people I'm a clinical hypnotherapist because that's the, certification and the modality that people are most familiar with. But there's so many different techniques that I use to help people transform their lives and their behaviors and their feelings and create results in their life. And although my clients were getting amazing results, which is why they were referring people to me, they didn't really know how we were doing it. Like, they would think we're just having a conversation, and beneath the words we're actually shifting things in their subconscious mind. So it seemed like we were just chatting, but beneath the surface there's a lot more going on. And it's really funny because I'll get on the phone with somebody who is considering working with me and they'll tell me, so-and-so referred me and I don't really know what you do, but I just feel so drawn to you. I just feel so magnetized towards you. Like, I don't even know what to ask for help with, but can you help me? People I've worked with for months and sometimes years still don't even really know what exactly it is that we're doing, but they just love the results and keep coming back. When you do good work, it speaks for itself. So rather than trying to force results, let them blossom. Give it water and sunshine and let your clients and your business blossom. Move at the speed of nature. Instead of learning a new modality and going on to a new skill or a new program, can you go deeper into what you've already learned? Can you deepen your skills and let you blossom? Because you can't force a flower to bloom. This is something one of my really good friends told me a few years ago, and it's stuck with me ever since. All you can do is add water and sunshine. At least that's the effortless way, and that's the way that you're not going to burn out. Because yeah, you can pry the petals of a flower open, but it might stay blooming for a day or two, but it's gonna fall. All the petals are gonna fall really quickly. Whereas if you just create the right conditions, it will almost effortlessly bloom and stay big, bright, and beautiful for a lot longer. It's just to say that the best strategy for you to grow is to be aligned with your energetic makeup and design, and to tune into you for the best strategy that is most authentic to you, that is connected to your true original essence. And all that this means is that you have to go inside to connect with the original you before everybody else's ideas and shoulds and what success should look like and all of these strategies that other people say that you need to be doing. Now that all of that is out of the way, some practical advice to help you choose a niche for your business. So if you're a multi-passionate, multi-skilled person with tons of interests and many things you can help people with, or even if you don't have that, but my advice is still the same, okay? You might have a single business that's very clear and more specific than, for example, what I do. But if you are that multi-passionate person, then this advice will especially be relevant for you, okay? And chances are, if you've done any kind of niche business training, you've already heard this, but this is the thing that I think makes it so much easier and way more fun and really helps you to connect with your dream clients. And that is to choose a problem, a solution, and a benefit. However, you don't have to choose just one, okay? So think of 2 to 3 different problems that you help people solve and the benefit that they get out of it. In other words, you know the statement, I help blank with blank so they can blank, okay? So the reason I say choose 2 to 3 is because if you have different clients that you like to work with, just look at the people you've worked with before, or even just people you would like to work with. And when you're in a social setting, or if you're writing something online or making a video, then you can speak to the person that specific conversation is relevant to. For example, I have videos on this channel that are for many different kinds of people, but this video in particular, I have in mind several of my clients and some of my friends who are life coaches or hypnotherapists, and they want to grow their business. However, they are tired of trying to beat the algorithm and trying to put themselves into a box. So I'm creating this with them in mind so that they can get the benefit of feeling free from the shoulds, so that they can actually start taking the action that's going to help their business grow, and then they can have that sense of fulfillment and have a business that they love being a part of, rather than another weight or stress in their life. But I also have other videos on this channel. One in particular I'm thinking of is where I share a story where I've helped a woman lose weight without even talking about diet or exercise, so that she could finally feel good about herself and feel the freedom of living her life without feeling like she needed to constrict herself. Another group of people I help entrepreneurs who procrastinate and overthink get clear and focused and take action on their goals, so that they can finally feel accomplished for achieving the things that they say they're going to do. So these are just a few examples of some of the problem, solution, and emotional benefits that I help a lot of people with. So depending on where I am, depending on who I'm talking with in a conversation in person, before I start chatting about myself and my business, I'll get to know who I'm actually talking to first. And then I can give them an example of how what I do can be applied in their life or somebody they know. So I'll first find out who am I talking to. If I'm in a group of people, I'm gonna get to know who's there first. If I'm making a video online, I have somebody in mind, I'm gonna keep that in mind, who I'm speaking to. But it doesn't mean I have to only now make all of my content for one person forever and for the rest of my life. That just doesn't work for me. And when I was trying to do that, it made my energy shrink, and I didn't like it very much. And the funny thing is as soon as I stopped trying to put myself in a box, my heart opened, my creativity flowed, and I just started to express myself more. And anyways, people love stories. People love examples. People love to see themselves in your stories. So when you explain to people what your offer is, what you do, and you tell them a story or you give them an example, it's already that much more interesting. So if your goal is to immediately grow an email list as big as possible, really fast, and you want some Facebook ads to do that so you can just automate all of that, then yes, you're gonna want to pick a specific niche, one specific problem and solution in a very specific audience. However, if you're not clear on wanting to do that for one specific person, you do not have to. You can still grow a successful business and fill your calendar with consistent clients. If you enjoy working with different people on different problems, having a niche is not a requirement to having a successful business. And it certainly doesn't guarantee your success. Let me repeat that. Having a niche does not guarantee your success. That being said, I do know what will ensure your success at creating a flow of consistent clients into your business, and I have a workshop coming up to take you through the exact process that I did for myself just over 2 years ago. This is exactly what I needed in my business when I was first starting, and I was spinning my wheels doing program after masterclass, like all of these things, just trying to get it right. I was so frustrated that no program or business coach was able to help me, and they just kept telling me I had to pick a specific niche, and it was so frustrating. Literally one person was coaching me, and after like weeks of back and forth, they suggested that my niche be spiritual lawyers. Like, yeah, I have a lot of clients who are lawyers, and I help a lot of people and guide them on their spiritual journey, but you don't have to be a lawyer or a spiritual person or a business coach to know that a spiritual lawyer is not my ideal client. Nobody identifies as a spiritual lawyer. Like, what does that even mean? Oh my gosh. I literally died at this recommendation. That was actually the straw for me, that I was like, okay, these people just, nobody's gonna know me better than me and what I'm doing. And I'm so glad it was such a ridiculous moment, because I was laughing and crying, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Anyways, I did something in my business about 2 years ago that completely shifted the way that I thought about growing my business and client attraction. This shift created a consistent flow of clients into my business almost overnight. And I've had a full calendar and sometimes a 2 to 3 month wait list ever since. And it had nothing to do with choosing a niche or hacking the algorithms or finding a perfect marketing strategy. And the not so secret to creating consistent clients in your business has to do with the mind. If you've watched any other videos on this channel, you know that the story you tell becomes the life you live, and that's why it's called the living narrative. So this is how I help people create massive transformations, and my clients that I've helped take them through this process to fill their calendar and grow their business the easy way has everything to do with what's happening in your mind and the story that you tell yourself. So I'm hosting a workshop to take you through the exact process that I went through 2 years ago and that I take my clients through to fill your calendar and create a flow of consistent clients. You can come to thelivingnarrative.com or click the link in the description below to join us. I really wish that I had this when I first started my business. It's gonna save you so much time, energy, and stress, and be so relieving. And honestly, it's going to make growing your business and serving your clients so much more effortless and enjoyable. Come to thelivingnarrative.com, and I look forward to seeing you at the workshop. Here's a few more videos that you might be interested in checking out. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and hit subscribe and the bell button if you'd like to be notified every time that I post a video. See you in the next video.